Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BANDLAB Plus Coffee. It's time to wake up, wind up, and queue up with another excellent track. Today on BANDLAB Plus Coffee, we've got I'm Sorry I Hurt You. It's a beat from the one and only I Am Loneheart. So, without further ado, to the left! To the left! Excellent track. I'm Sorry I Hurt You beat by I Am Loneheart, IAMLONEHEART, out of Lansing, Michigan, in the USA. 50,000 followers. This guy's eating his Wheaties. 1.26 thousand plays, 89 likes, one of which is our own. Just released this one hot off the presses. And here is half the reason we are featuring this track specifically. This is forkable. So if you are a vocalist or an instrumentalist, you need to jump on this. It's already inspired 5 projects. But we're going to take a listen to what it is right now. Here we go. Loneheart is one of the most prolific beat makers on BANDLAB. You will find a lot. He, Yoda G, Sarah Cleary, they're always making stuff for people to use. Yeah. Listen to all that low-end stuff happening in the background. This melody just gets me. It's perfect for singing or rapping. Incredibly versatile beat. I want to hear like an Usher style voice on this. Maybe a Beyonce style or like an R&B. It's almost like Gerudo Fortress. Do-do-do, 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 do-do-do. Oh, here's the rise. I like how that's chopped up. And this beautiful melody again. I don't know if that's white noise behind it, or there's something behind it, like a droning bass. That's good for texture too. Yeah. Then we bring in that low end. The kick thumps, but it's not overpowering everything. Yes. Short and sweet, to the point. What a great track, and forkable. 2 things I love and 1 thing I want more of. Let's go. The first thing I love in this track is 100% the melody line for the chorus, I suppose you'd call it. This right here. Dun, 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 dun. The way that we're chopping up that guitar and using it to create more of a synth, but it still has this familiar guitar sound. There is no denying what that sound is. So whether it's a VST or whether it's a guitar recording, like a loop that was chopped up, treating an instrument as a synth leads to some of the most creative and cool sounds that make people go, oh yeah, I didn't know I needed that. That's pretty cool. And the fact that this is our quote-unquote chorus, you know, it's a fresh, open beat, so do what you want with it. But the fact that that's our chorus is so good. One thing I want to mention about this as well, and this is great about arrangements. I don't know, Loneheart, I don't know if you do this on purpose or if this is intuitive after making all these beats, but notice that we are at 29 seconds and we're already at the chorus. So 24 seconds and we're already at the chorus. There is an unspoken rule among a lot of pop artists that if you can start with the chorus, you must, or you do. But if you can't start with the chorus, you'd better be able to get there within 30 seconds of the song. Otherwise, you completely lose the listener because you don't have much more than 30 seconds of their time if they don't know who you are, and sometimes even if they do. So a lot of great pop songs are get to the chorus, you've got 30 seconds, and you better start with it if you can. So that is awesome, and I don't know if it's intuitive or if it's on purpose. Either way, great job on that. The second thing that I love is right after the chorus here, we go into the heavy part of the track. So we have this really great guitar, then we bring in that melody, and then from there, that's when we bring in the real heavy low end after that. Let's get there. It's going to be right in here. This B-side chorus or whatever you're going to use it for. The fact that our whole track, a lot of times beat makers are just going to pepper a bass or a kick through a whole track, and they're just going to let it go. Dun, 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 bum, 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 bum. And it's just going to flow through the track, and there's going to be no change, no variation. There's so much variation on the low end in this track. When we start in here, in the background, we have like a broken bass. Whoa. And he uses it for transitions as well, so you can hear it kind of chopped and what. But this broken speaker drone thing for our low end is really cool. And getting in here, we've got the boom, chicka-dum, chicka-dum. And I don't know if that's filtered, but then we open it up. Most beat makers would just throw that rhythm, dum, 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 just through the whole track. But Lone Heart has decided, rightfully so, and it shows talent and creativity, to vary the amounts and types of low end throughout the entire track to give you not just a rap beat, but a fully arranged track to work with. And yeah, it's a little under 2 minutes, so let's head to one thing I want more of. If there's one thing I want more of, and I also don't know if this is intentional or not, but when BandLab does things like run contests or consider trending tracks, things like that, most of the time, if you go to their website, it says that one of the rules is track must be 2 minutes. And in pop music today, the typical attention span is 2:30 to 2:45, definitely not more than 3 minutes if it can be helped. I know some of you are rolling your eyes at me because we're used to listening to music longer. I totally get that. As musicians, the same things don't necessarily apply as they do to the general listening ear. But a lot of Lone Heart's beats are sub 2 minutes. And I don't know if that is so the beats can't be used for contests or so that it leaves the listener wanting more, because Lone Heart his beats are for sale. So you can hit him up if you need a beat and he can make an exclusive one. They're for sale. But the one thing I want more of is, I think if we're going to make stuff this cool for people to fork, it should be at least 2:15 if we don't want to give a fully arranged complete song, which I totally understand because it's a free beat and you got to make a living. But if we're not going to do a 2:30, 2:45, then let's at least hit that 2 minute mark. Give us enough room for a verse, chorus, verse, chorus, chorus, chorus. I mean, if we're going to do it that way, or if you're a rapper, verse, hook, verse, hook, verse, whatever the arrangement may be. But I think if there's one thing I want more of, it's something that's not sub 2 minutes for such a cool track. Can't wait to see what everyone does with these forked revisions. Make sure you tag me in them. I want to hear them. So if you do choose to fork a revision, tag me. Go on over to BandLab and follow I Am Lone Heart if you want more beats like this and more beats in general. This guy is always pumping out great content for you to utilize in your art. And don't forget, you should also follow DJTatious on BandLab, YouTube, or wherever you choose to consume your social media. Thanks so much again for waking up, winding up, and queuing up with me on this track, and for bringing your coffee. I hope you have a safe and wonderful day. See ya.